We don't really do scented candles, so don't have that candle, but I still remember that scent was so lovely. And that's what it reminds me of when I mix it with any fir oil.
You're listening to Essential Oil Conversations, the podcast for busy women who love natural living, friendship, and a little bit of entrepreneurship too.
Okay, Heather, what are we talking about today?
We're opening up one of my favorite oils. It is grapefruit. I love the scent. I love the flavor. It's just so useful for so many things. This is a good oil, and I've already put some on the roof of my mouth, but I'm going to do it again just because I love it so much.
Well, and I love the smell so much. I think I'm going to wear this as my perfume today, so I'm going to rub it behind my ears.
And is there a reason you're putting it specifically behind your ears versus somewhere else on your body?
Well, I was really just doing it because I put perfume there, but it is photosensitive. So meaning you don't want to expose the skin that you have this oil on. You don't want to expose it to the sunshine. And thankfully, it's a beautiful sunny day in Dallas, Texas. So yeah, no need to create a weird sunburn.
Okay, that is what I was looking for. This oil can be used all three ways, and it is lovely all three ways. Mm-hmm. I've pressed it to the roof of my mouth just because it tastes exactly like grapefruit does. So you can just put it directly in that way. I also love this in both still and sparkling water. It's delicious. I've never used it for flavoring other recipes, but I guess if there's another recipe that you want grapefruit flavor, you could always do that too.
What's interesting is, I guess I don't taste it that often, at least alone. I do like it in blended oils, but I don't love grapefruit. And so when you said it tastes just like grapefruit, I was like, wait, I got to taste this. And yeah, it tastes just like grapefruit, which...
And so you don't like it?
I mean, it's okay. It's more bitter than other fruits. So
okay.
Yeah, it's not something I would reach for necessarily if there's options of different fruits. I don't mind the taste. It does. You're right. It tastes just like grapefruit, but I love the way it smells because the smell is citrusy and sweet to me. Would you describe it that way?
I would. And interestingly enough, you're right about the actual taste of it. I wouldn't say bitter necessarily, but it's not sweet. It's got a little bit of that citrus sharpness to it, almost how lemon does, except lemon's got a little bit of that like pucker behind it. This doesn't have that, but it is lacking sweetness, flavor, but the scent does have sweetness to it.
Yeah. So I was actually thinking that the taste would taste more like the scent, and it doesn't, which is interesting. But like you, this is one of my favorite oils because of the scent. I love diffusing this with just about anything because it just smells so good. And it's definitely a happy smell too.
Yes, this is an uplifting oil, and I agree. There's nothing specific that I put it in the diffuser with. If I'm just looking for something uplifting and citrusy, grapefruit is a very easy go-to for me.
Mm-hmm. I will say my favorite combo is this with any type of fir oil. And when you combine the two of them, I don't know if they still have this, but Anthropology used to have a candle that was a grapefruit candle, but it definitely had other things in it. And that's what it reminds me of. Somebody gave us that candle as a wedding gift almost 13 years ago. And I still, we don't really do scented candles, so don't have that candle, but I still remember that scent was so lovely. And that's what it reminds me of when I mix it with any fir oil.
And it's a healthier option for you now, too.
For sure. For sure.
So this oil has a lot of uses, and a lot of the uses end up talking about body positivity, which I think is really interesting, too, because it talks about how you can not only diffuse the oil for the motivation to see yourself and your body in a good light, but also help you be motivated to choose healthy food options and things that are going to create that healthy body for you. But then it also talks about how you can apply it topically to your stomach or other places that help influence that healthy metabolism as well.
Yeah, and this is one of the top oils in MetaPower, which is the metabolic blend. Is that what we call it? And just thinking about, you can go back and listen to some of our episodes about MetaPower, but MetaPower is super helpful for anything like that. And I am currently doing a healing protocol for a gut health issue that I was dealing with and eating a very restrictive diet. And I have felt hungry because it's not like I can just run to the food court at the mall and get food when I'm hungry. but I carry around the MetaPower beadlets with me. And it's amazing how much it staves off hunger. And so just using this would work just as well, grapefruit. But yeah, I'm really appreciative for this oil for that reason.
Okay, so obviously the beadlets are going to be internal use.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that you think the grapefruit would be just as effective internal use, again, as how you would use that if you were going to?
I would think so, but I wonder if even just smelling it from the bottle would, because a lot of times, like hunger cravings is brain-based, so probably smelling it would be just as effective.
And again, it smells amazing, so there's no reason not to just smell it if you want to.
Right,
yes.
Right. You just have to carry the whole bottle with you.
Yeah, that's okay. Or you do one of the diffuser bracelets. You can get like the lava beads or whatever that are diffuser bracelets. So, I think there's other options. Personal perfume. Actually, what is this book? The Advanced Oil Magic book has a spirit lifting blend, and it's grapefruit, bergamot, wild orange, and frankincense. And it says that you can put it either in a spray bottle with water and use it to either brighten a room or as a personal perfume. So, if you're trying to have that scent around you, just a little misting.
I love it. Did it by chance give you recommendations for the diffuser, like how many drops of each?
So the diffuser, it talks about putting it in a spray bottle. So it's 15 drops grapefruit, 15 drops bergamot, 10 drops wild orange, 8 drops frankincense with water.
Okay. So yeah, definitely for a diffuser, you would want significantly less, probably just 2 or 3 drops of each.
Yes. And in regards to actual like room spray bottles, doTERRA has that one that's more of I don't remember what it's called, but when it like sprays more like the
mist.
Febreze, a mist. Yeah. I love that bottle. And actually, speaking of, what I have in one of those bottles is grapefruit and Siberian fir, like you mentioned earlier. My other bottle's On Guard, but what I was going to say is that I love reusing the On Guard hand sanitizer bottles for things like this, because I feel like it's so easy to reuse the sprayer bottle, and it's small enough to carry with me, and then you could kind of just use it as you need to. But we've done lavender and peppermint cooling mist spray in the summer for it. We've done different like bathroom sprays for it, and so now this spirit lifting blend, I think, again, less drops, but would work well in that.
Yeah, definitely. And something interesting with that as well, generally when we're talking about creating a spray bottle, you want to make sure that it's like glass or metal spray bottle. But there are certain plastics, and doTERRA uses the plastics that won't break down from pure essential oils. So just something to consider as well. My mom just bought us a whole gift set for my husband's birthday for making bread. And in it, she had a spray bottle for water. I think you spray the bread to then get the saltistic. Did I say to make water?
No, you said make bread.
Okay. So yeah, the water is to spray on the dough to then get the salt to stick on it before you put it in the oven. But she said, well, it was Walmart's finest, spray bottle. And what's funny is we couldn't even get it to spray water. So I bet that one would not be able to hold up to essential oils too. So just keep that in mind if you're going to do the spray bottle thing.
Yeah.
I thought this was interesting. In the the Essential Life book, it actually recommends using this in a capsule for both hangovers and jet lag.
I just saw the jet lag thing too, and we are going to Sweden here soon. And so I thought this is an easy one for me to carry with, and I feel like it would be uplifting when I want it to be. And then again, it's great for flavoring things. And so, yeah, the jet lag, I think I'm going to try that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So many good uses for this. And this, again, is a reason to have a reference book. So if you don't yet have an essential oil reference book, highly recommend you get one, because there's so many things that we cannot say about the oils, or you can't even Google these things. So like all of the reputable sites had to take down the really good info that you want to know. So make sure you get yourself a reference book, and we have a tool to help you figure out which reference book is right for you. So we have the Essential Oil Reference Book Matchmaker, totally free. There's a link in the show notes to the show. So go check that out, download it, and it will help you figure out which reference book works best for you.
And that's a good reminder because I said something just before we started recording that I said, I'm going to have to do a little research on all of the uses of grapefruit because I love it so much that I honestly don't think about all of the health benefits that it has. I use it because I love it. And you said, well, that's even better reason for people to have a book, because then if you do need something that you want to look up the health benefits for, or which oil works for what, that's when you would look up the book and you see, oh, grapefruit. So yes.
Yeah. Well, and even what made me think about that is, like I said, I'm going through a gut healing protocol right now, but I was shocked to see that grapefruit would actually work for the condition I'm addressing, which I've been addressing with diet, but I've been using lemongrass for it. But now I'll change it up and use both oils. So yeah, good stuff. Get yourself a book.
Yeah. And again, grapefruit, I feel like we've talked about how it's good for metabolic stuff. And then we haven't even mentioned skincare, cleansing. I feel like there are a lot of uses for grapefruit.
Yep. Get yourself a bottle if you don't have it yet. It's affordable and you'll love it even if you just diffuse it, although you want it for all the other reasons too.
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
Next week, we are going to be talking about the loyalty rewards update that doTERRA recently did. So if you are either new to that program or you are curious about how they've changed it, then tune in to hear that.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much. We'll have a new episode for you next week.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This podcast is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.